Welcome to Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix. With lots of overtaking opportunities, this track is quickly becoming a firm fan favourite. As the clock ticks down to lights out, let's join the teams down on the grid. It's the Circuit of the Americas then, situated 14 miles outside of the great city of Austin. This is a 3.6 mile lap with 20 corners, 10 to the left and 10 to the right, and top speeds of around 200 miles per hour. Overtaking opportunities are available into turns 1 and 12, especially with that rear wing DRS wide open. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso, Norris, Ocon, Bottas, and Guan Yu Zhou, Gasly, Tsunoda, Daniel Ricciardo, and Magnussen, Vettel, Stroll, Mick Schumacher, and Alex Albon. Latifi and Max Verstappen completes the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Natalie Pinkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring that planned strategies are all in place.
second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 7.3 seconds. The pit window opens in 8 laps time. DRS is now available. Q's ahead of you now. Okay, gap ahead is 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. And the time last lap was a 1:41.7. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Currently the fastest lap is at 1:39.7. It's less than 1 second now. Well done. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone. ninth position. Ocon is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 1.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Bottas is behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 8.6 seconds. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. Condition for now, everything's looking good. Just ahead, push for the position. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Ocon's behind you, less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, gap to leader, 8.1 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 50 laps to go. Approaching the pit window, you're going to be on softs. 1.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. Last lap time was a 1:41.7. This is excellent stuff. You're closing in by 7/10 a lap. Taking care of them. Stay clear of the white line on the exit or receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Currently in P13. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, gap ahead is 2.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. That's Stroll behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 4.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Our gap to first place is 24.1 seconds. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. And that's 46 laps to go. car behind's just come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Okay, we think they've got at least 3 more stops. And the time last lap was a 1:40.1. Is 1.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. The last lap time was a 1:40.0. We're gaining by around 0.2 per lap. Keep going. Behind is 5.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're currently 6th. Time last lap was a 1:40.4. Focus on the driving. Well done. It's Hamilton ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 1.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Russell behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 3.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Distance to the leader is 3.0 seconds. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Right, mate, that's 39 laps to go. tyre condition still looking good. Open, so let's box this lap, box this lap. About the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. That's Sergio behind you now, and the gap behind us is 7.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 40.5. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Alright, we'll be doing one more stop today, one stop left in this strategy. Sat in 6th, Lando ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, the gap behind is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, gap to leader, 21.4 seconds. The pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. Russell's ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. The last lap time was a 1:39.6. Seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Time last lap was a 1:57.7. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. And that's Sergio behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 8.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place is 5.8 seconds. Pit window will be open in 17 laps time. Pit window opens in 17 laps. Alright, 31 laps to go now. Behind you now. And the gap behind us is 7.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:39.3. Russell's ahead of you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. The last lap time was a 1 minute 40.3. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Great pass. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 4.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Time last lap was a 1:39.4. Come on, mate, you're down by 0.8 a lap. What have you got? And gap to the car in front is 4.5 seconds. Gap ahead is 4.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 6.8 seconds. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. 27 laps to go. on Hamilton for you. Okay, they're out of this race. You're in second place. Sainz ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 7.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. And that's Sergio behind. Okay, the gap behind is 7.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. You've got 11 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, you've got 25 laps to go. Sainz is ahead of you, and they've entered the pit lane. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 39.4. Behind is 8.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time, and that's 23 laps to go. Sergio's in the pits. Lap at this point in time is a 1:38.4. Sainz is behind you. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 8.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. The last lap time was a 1:38.9. Sainz behind you now, and the gap behind us is 7.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums, and that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. You've got 20 laps left until the end. behind you? Okay, the gap behind is 6.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Time last lap was a 1:39.0. Okay, that last lap was a 1:39.9. Sainz behind you now. Our gap behind is 7.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:40.7. Concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. You're in first position, front of the pack. Okay, Sainz is behind you. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 6.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 17 laps to go now. Be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. And the gap behind us is 5.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 39.2. Condition still looking good. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Copy that. Okay, Sainz is behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 5.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:39.0. Okay, we're boxing this lap, give us the best in lap you can. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, you're sat in P2, Sainz ahead, and gap to the car in front is 13.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. That's Sergio behind you now. Our gap behind is 3.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now, you want to finish the race on this compound. 13 laps to go. Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 11.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now, and the time last lap was 1 minute 39.4. Is 9.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Your last lap time was 1:39.5. Sergio behind. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 8.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Time last lap was 1 minute 39.6. We're in second place. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 7.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. That's Sergio behind you now. And the gap behind us is 8.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. old mediums. They've done 14 laps on those tyres now, and the time last lap was a 1:39.8. This is brilliant. You're taking 2.5 seconds out of them each lap. Is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 3.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. Your last lap time was a 1:39.5. You're gaining by 2 seconds a lap. Amazing. But be aware, these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. 1 second. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. All right, 6 laps to go now.
That's how we do it. What am I?
You're leading the pack. That's P1. That's Sainz behind you now. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. About the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining, 5 laps of fuel left. Sainz is behind you. Our gap behind is 0.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 19 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:38.9. Okay, so that last lap was a 1:38.4. By 17.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 4th, and the time last lap was a 1:39.4. We've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Behind you now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 1.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Here's some information on Vettel. They're retiring from the race. Final lap of the race. Got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Nice race.
Absolutely fantastic. That is a brilliant, brilliant result. Well done.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly deserved win. So Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
Often, my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.